Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Lauracrapo. Today I thought I'd do something I used to do years ago. Just use tarot cards. Actually, these aren't tarot cards. These are Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Fairies Oracle. So just like cards. Normally I just like to use my intuition, but without cards. But I thought I would try it again. And then if you guys are polite and you put something in the comments, like a question, I'll try to answer it for you. All right, so I'm just gonna organize these. I hope everybody's doing well. I thought I'd just try to keep it light today. Sometimes I get in my serious or academic mode with these readings on my channel, but also, if you guys have a recommendation of something you'd like me to cover, feel free to put that in the comments or email that to me. Because at the end of the day, this is for viewers, right? I mean, all right. So it's weird to transition from just doing straight psychic readings to cards because it's almost feels like an obstacle. But I'll just choose one and see what's going on. So this is for the general public, love reading, using the cards. Okay. All right. I think these two want to come. All right. So we have new location and trust your intuition. All right. So for some reason, I'm picking up Los Angeles. Pardon my heavy Canadian accent, but I can't really get rid of it. The only way I can get rid of it is if I speak French. Or all right. So yeah. So I'm picking up even though Los Angeles is some crazy stuff going on there right now, I feel like people with a positive outlook are making a difference, and it's still kind of livable, and it's not just because people why is this going politically? It's my mind is I'm trying to make this a light love reading, and I'm immediately talking politics. Okay. So when I look at this waterfall, right, that's when I pick up Los Angeles. I feel just because certain people say this is how it is, I feel like everyone can say this is how it is. That's my feeling. So your voice counts, and it's just a matter of being confident and knowing your place in the world, spiritually, all right. And it's an interesting place. I've been to Los Angeles I don't know, 5 times or something like that between the 80s and 2015. And at the end of the day, it's a beautiful location, and people can be people, with their attitudes and personalities and wild behaviors and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a beautiful place. And skyscrapers come and go with time, and at the end of the day, that area has its own personality and character, the ecology and stuff has the last word because it kind of outlives people projects. Okay, so I feel vibing with that and appreciating, really vibing with appreciating the nature and the location and stuff helps as a sort of grounding. All right, so I'm just gonna keep looking at this card. I don't know what you guys see. You can write in the comments what you pick up. I'm also this is supposed to be love reading, but it's like, I guess if you love the earth, then we're on subject. But, like, I feel like these butterflies oops, the butterflies, are giving, like, airplane, um yeah. So, what I'm getting is, like, there's a lot of benefit in, like, kinda staying put right now, and, like, what can I do? What can I do even in a very small way? Like, even just being neutral is better than being negative, so what can you do between being neutral and doing something positive, like, locally, even very small? Makes a massive, exponential difference, and just sort of taking stock, like, oh my gosh, like, taking stock where you are, like, she looks pretty content, like, on that leaf, and, despite air travel existing. Right, and then trust your intuition. You guys see there. Okay, so this is, like, making me think of the ocean and, like, jellyfish. Okay, like, you know how, like, personally, I'm kinda scared of the ocean, like, respectfully. Like, I know it has a lot of power, and, like, if you turn your back to a wave, like, you're gonna learn and stuff, and also, like, it's weird, like, I'm a lake person, I live in Canada, and, I'm used to swimming in, like, Lake Huron or, smaller lakes. I love lakes, and, the ocean is just like a whole literally whole other kettle of fish, so it's uh like, when I was sort of pushed to go in the ocean and stuff in Nova Scotia when I was a kid, with my dad, like, um, there'd be, like, jellyfish and, like, they like, first they're 6 feet away, and then they just go, like, "Whoop, whoop," and they find you, like, they have the advantage because they know the ocean, and then you're stung, and it's not cool. So, it's like, I and when I went to the Caribbean, I was, like, terrified to go further than 5 feet. So, it's, it's beautiful, but I don't know, I think I'm a lake person. Uh, so what I get from this card is, like, everybody knows that there's life in the ocean. And I feel like, with our technology and just filming everything and awareness, like, we're realizing, like, oh my gosh, there's so much more to the ocean that is almost, like, creepy in the sense that it's, like, in a way, like, more populated and has stuff going on that, like, we didn't really know about. Um, and it's a bit like, like, I feel like people feel like they're the main character, but I think there's some, like, main character, like, life in the ocean. That's, a little more something to deal with. Okay. I'm gonna really try to make this a love reading, but I seem to not be able to control that. Okay. But like I said, if you guys have a subject or oh wait, there's some okay, my eyesight's terrible. Taylor Swift. I mean, isn't she always in the news with that guy, like the football player? I'll think about that in a second. I'll do this card and then I'll go over to that question you have. Thank you for the question. Okay, so this one's quiet time. I feel like with this one, like, even if you have, like, a very basic idea for a book or which could then become a movie or something, even if it's so, like, crazy basic and really not even that interesting to you, like, still write it down and, like, finish it, and that kind of skeleton, you can come back and, like, fill it in with things that like, scenes that like, let's say situations you've been in that you feel like you can describe really well, just, like, anything you feel like you can describe well, sort of put into that movie somehow so that it has that realness, and I think you'll be really happy you did it. Like, it's good. Everyone should say, like, "Yeah, my novel," like, you know, um, and, like, honestly, a lot of the movies that come out of, California and stuff, like, wherever the states, like, the stakes aren't that high, like, it's like so just get in there and, making stories is fun, and it's like, last night I was, reading what was it even called? Uh, something barometer whatever, any Barometer Rising, and, it's like this Canadian novel, and it's like it's cool. Like, even like, someone just describing Halifax, like, 100 years ago, it's interesting, like, it's a good having a book is cool sometimes, like, um, and having your book, I feel like it's really important, like, whoever's watching this, like, even if you're not a writer and, like, all your friends and family think it'll never happen and, like, why? Like, who cares? Just do it anyway. I feel like it'll turn out really well. Okay, so I'm gonna switch gears into this question about Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna use the cards because I feel like they just kinda take things down another road than just, like, straight intuition, so it's like a glasses off. Alright. Sorry for the sniffles. I'm, like, in the country and it's cold outside. There's something to do with, like, I'm getting the impression that, and this is for entertainment purposes only, like, this um, I feel like there's a bit of an agreement about, like, role playing a role. Um, I got that too about, like, J.Lo and Ben Affleck for their second marriage. I don't know why, like, there's so much trouble speaking, but, yeah, I'm getting strongly that, like, the main portion of or her Taylor's, relationship with him is like, I get the word scripted, but, like, it's like an agreement. I mean, maybe it's because 'cause they're gonna be in the press anyway, like, maybe it makes some people famous people feel good to have sort of some control over it, or and so they sort of show up, in the way that they want to be seen, whether it's a true reflection of their life or whatever. I feel like if I don't think she has kids, right? But I feel like she's contemplating it, and it might be like a sort of science helped situation, and it feels a bit like a solo project. So I don't know if there's like a let me think. It's kind of like I feel like uh okay, I'm just gonna tell you what I see and then take it or leave it. I feel like Travis has like maybe a bit of a temper, and like he'll sort of play along, like he'll have a good like 3 days and then he'll need like 5 days to just be off doing something else, and like it might not be like in her style of living or like how she would want things to be. I feel like she has a lot of like emotions, and that like in a it doesn't feel like super grown up kind of feelings, like maybe because she has so much help, or she never goes hungry and stuff like that. Like it's not that kind of like been there like kind of vibes, but I do feel this sort of doe-eyed, sort of tears falling kind of vibe from her, but I feel like she has difficulty fully putting it into words, and she may have like help with like a small team to like workshop her what she wants to express. But in the end, because she's not doing it all herself, there's this sense of dissatisfaction. Um, it's like diluting her message. So let me just look at that. I feel like she might do like 1 or 2 songs, like, truly herself and just be like, "I don't care, I'm putting these in," but, like, if she has pressure from her label to have things be a certain way, then the rest of the album would be, uh, with other people helping her, which which is what's causing this kinda doe-eyed crying, like, feeling unfulfilled completely, like, professionally. Just 1 second, okay? Alright, and then to get back on subject about, like, who she would marry or something. I mean, for someone like her to marry, like marriage, I find like I found out is like a legal kind of money uh, based contract. At the end of the day, like in the eyes of the law, it's like a financial transaction, and so when you divorce, it's about making some kind of financial agreement. So for someone like her who's like way has way more, uh, I don't know if it's even advisable for her to get married, but I'll look at it. This is my chihuahua. He's fed and rest. Like he's fine, but he just hears me talking. Um, I feel like she's done sort of like friendship, sort of mock weddings. Like even if it's like with a best friend or something, who's like a like friends forever, kind of like sort of mock marriage type of thing. Wait, I'll go get it. Okay. I'm just not getting like that sort of Celine Dion like wedding ceremony from her. I'll just keep looking. I feel like it's possible that some other guy might like pitch, like who's like really wealthy and come here, come back. Okay, have that. Might like it might get to a certain degree where it's like almost gonna happen and then it doesn't happen. Can I look at her like cold feet kind of thing for a second? I feel it comes from because since she's been young, other people have controlled her life so much, and like in a sense, like a husband would be someone else, like having a say, having control over her day or like anything. So she really values her time, like when she can just do what she wants, because so much of her time is taken up with other people and doing what like her label or her fans want. So it's I don't know if it's like um, okay. I just want to make sure he doesn't. Okay, he's fine. So my chihuahua's like got on the couch with a snack and he's good. Okay. So like I think she likes the idea of it a lot. And she likes the idea of romance, but like sometimes life doesn't give you that um perfect story all the time. So it's like, you know, like you can enjoy watching Snow White or something like that. And it's like, oh, but like people might not have experienced anything like that. You can still appreciate it. So I feel like that's her point of view where she can appreciate love and romance in that way, like commitment, marriage, romantic stuff. But it's like has she experienced it? Like maybe not. I think like because contractual obligations, she's sort of making the most of her career. But at the end of the day, like time time is money or like her life, like at what cost? At what cost this career kind of thing at the end of the day, I feel like. Maybe if her fans sort of give her permission to just live her life and don't need world tours all the time. Not in a way that not like rejecting her, but like making space for her to step back as a human being and to like have some experience like that she hasn't had yet because she's been in the system for like I remember first seeing maybe a picture of her when she was like a young teenager maybe with like curly hair singing country or something. So yeah, so that's what I'll say about the question about Taylor Swift and marriage and stuff. So I'll just do like a couple more cards with on my original intention of like a love reading for everybody. Okay, wait, so I'll just like get them all out. I think I like got rid of most of my tarot cards or gave them away or something like that. Because after a while, it's just like I like that hermetic deck though with the black and white drawings. They're really intricate. Okay, so creative expression. So we were already talking about that before in miracle healing. So I'll just read these two cards and then I'll wrap it up. If anybody else has a question, feel free. This is interesting. Like the depiction of this face, like it's kind of like a mixture of male and female energies. Like I'm getting like even though it is sort of a depiction of a feminine face, I'm picking up like a man's face in it. So I feel like what I'm getting from this card is like people with that male energy getting in touch with their feelings and in a really positive, like self-supporting way, and just taking time to like feel that like complete immersion and connection with the world, like with nature and with life and stuff, and just taking a pause from talking and from the general story that is going on right now. Because if you think of like past decades or past centuries, you can say now because like we're in the 2000s now. Like if you think about like the sort of general story that was going on in the 30s or the 60s or the 80s, like that story's gone, and like in terms of the 80s, like comically different, just like our time right now will seem comically different than 20 years from now. So just really go like, okay, like some of this information, some of these behaviors and ways of communicating are really just of for today and will seem like stupid later. And so don't stress about it too hard and like really connect with the essence of like what it is to be truly present and uh, alive. And like nature, even if you're living in a city, like nature exists, and just try to connect with that, even if it's just like the wind or whatever aspect. Um, like even like grass breaking through the concrete or whatever, like that's still nature. Okay, so and then we have miracle healing. This one again is like giving me something political. But I guess that's like topical right now. Okay, so I'm getting this like see this oh my gosh. See this thing here? It looks sort of like a mummy and then these two birds next to it. It's actually not a mummy, it's just my poor eyesight, but it's like sort of like an urn when I look at it, like an architectural detail, but to me it looks like a mummy. So to me it's like ancestral energy giving, like trying to send a message. And like intuition can seem like a very subtle, faint idea, and you might like ignore it, but just like really look at whatever message you got, and you don't have to be like you don't have to like own it. You can just like pay attention and just really hear it out and then let it go. But like if it has some kind of helpful thing, like or heads up, like that's great. So I kind of feel like this like fairy is ignoring the ancestral messages and just being like, um and I'm getting this kind of narcissistic quality from this sort of very humanoid, very um I think like it's important to not get like lost in the sauce and look at the whole picture, look at all the stuff like if you kind of like zen out and you're meditating, you're kind of like seeing everything at once and you're not like judging it, you're just observing everything at once. And that way you're not like caught up in some kind of like act. I feel like this like people can get caught up in like acting like a character when in fact like we're all just sort of part of a whole. And I think if we act as like part of a whole that everyone is a part of, then there's less that like narcissistic like main character energy because like how does it make you feel if someone feels they're more main character than you? It's like, well, we're all here, like we're all living together. It's just better if everybody like has um that unity, like Rick James's ring said, and sorry, I'm like trying to it's like backwards. It's counterintuitive where to put the card. So rather than a bunch of people like this who are just like, "It's just me," like, "Oh, look how great." Like, it's good to feel good about yourself, of course, but, like, not higher than or, like, we're all here together for a reason, and, it's better to feel even just in meditation for a while, even just for 5 minutes of your day, feeling like you're just, like, one part of the whole that is working together just to kind of calm down that aggressive like so like looking for the key light kind of person. Maybe that's good advice too in terms of love if I'm trying to get back to, like, what I was trying to do in this reading in the first place. Like, centering yourself, calming down and feeling, like, at one with nature, and not trying to, like, outshine everybody in life and, like, being not humility to the sense of, like, disappearing, but, like, there's still like, not being so grasping. Like, she's, like, going after that earth ball. Like, she's like, "It's mine." And, like, maybe the earth just wants to be the earth over there. Like, leave me alone. Um, and maybe this character could be just like, "Hey, why don't I stop chasing that earth ball and trying to own it completely and just feel how awesome it is to just feel a part of a whole." So, I think too, like, if you're looking for love and stuff, just checking in and really connecting with your own connection, like, you're already loved and supported being part of the world, like, part of the earth, like, it's everything's connected, and feeling that and being more grounded rather than trying to, like, overdo it and being, like, really extra like this one. It's, like, technical issues. Um, I think you get what I'm talking about. Anyway, and now that the weather, at least, here in Canada or Quebec, I don't know if I'm supposed to call Quebec Canada, but, it's getting warmer, so it's, like, easier to spend time outside more and connect. Right now we're just connecting with snow. So, feel free to, email or in the comments, a subject for the next reading. I'm interested in what you have to say, and thanks for the comment from Selma, and have a great day. Bye.